Hello, everyone. RPG Kingdom Kid here, back with some more Psychopaths Mandatory Happiness. In the previous video, we got together with Kanonamari. Not together like that, but we had our hangout session with her, and it was pretty nice. Oh yeah, and Tsurugi became an inspector, actually, which is weird. Now, well. But anyway, for this one, we get to join Genoza's search team. I think this is what I... Nope, that's not what I picked the first time, which kind of sucks, but oh well. Little mastermind hunt. You can count me in. And I will go with Inspector Tsunami as part of the Chargers. We will handle negotiations and with the captors, is that correct? Basically, that's our task. Is it okay to leave that to Miss Droid? What do you think, Nadeshiko? I'm not so sure about this. Exactly. Me neither. Gino, I'm going with you. Fuck everything. Me too. Thanks. Everyone check your equipment. And don't forget your Dominator either. Although I don't know how useful they will be. The infiltrators approach East Campus. We climbed the emergency stairs to the rooftop and entered the third floor. It appeared our presence was not detected. Meanwhile, the Chargers penetrated the barricade at West Campus. I looked out the window, staring at the far off scene. What are you looking at, Tsurugi? Let's move. Alright, already. Remaining vigilant, we all cautiously searched the entire third floor. However, there were no signs of anyone nearby. Kogami approached the stairs of the second floor, then waved signaling us to come. I nodded, following this lead. Inspector Genoza and Miss Kunizuka came too. Once we got to the second floor, voices could be heard. I hear voices echoing from below, seeming to come from the first floor. We walked through the corridor of the second floor towards Central Campus. No one seems to be here as well. The other corridor reached a closed door. Excuse me. Or should I start searching? We looked at each other, thinking of our next move. Let's go down the first floor. Without a doubt, the students were down the stairs. To avoid being ambushed and collecting intel, it was wise to go to the first floor. Luckily, we might be able to grab the criminal by his tail. Clutching our batons, we went downstairs. After reaching the first floor, voices were clearly audible. Crude jokes, shrill laughter, slurred speech. Sounded like they were drunk off booze or some other drugs. As we headed towards the voices, we saw some people hanging out near East Campus's entrance. 6 captors total. They were all armed with steel bats and 2x4s, and lining their feet was a row of Molotovs. Bound and sprawled on the ground were a total of 5 hostages. The captors must have anticipated we were coming and planned to use the hostages as human shields. Inspector Genoza singled us to gather around. We huddled up, whispering as we confirmed the situation. But the problem was which group we should hit. What? The captors anticipated an attack from outside, but we were in the building. If we used the shoe racks as covered, we could catch them off guard with a surprise attack. The stun grenade would help ensure the hostage's safety, but its impact could possibly injure them in the process and alert the other captors in nearby areas. There was a more efficient effective method too. Could tell them we are CID. If they were rational, they might comply. If not, we could threaten them with enforcement action. Does the Dominator work? No idea. But since they're not linked criminals, we should avoid hostile confrontation as our first course of action. I disagree. You can only beat them with speed. Gino, I say we ambush them. As usual, you're such a savage. Alright, what should we do then? We are going to ambush them from the shoe rack. I agree with Kogami, Inspector Genoza. Test your Dominator to confirm. Check if these people can be scanned correctly. Well, that should do the trick. Genoza looked stern as ever. He whipped out his Dominator and aimed it at one of the captors near the shoe rack. Kogami, Miss Kudanaki, and I followed suit. After I locked into the target, the gun's voice spoke. Crime coefficient under 50, not a target for enforcement. Crime efficiency under 40, not a target for enforcement. I'm not going to read the 31. Not a target for enforcement. They weren't targets for enforcement action. Even though we ordered them to surrender, all we could do was point the guns at them and prepare for the worst. Inspector Genoza's face turned pale. He made up his mind and signaled us to move forward. We had no choice but to disobey the Sybil system. Fuck the Sybil system. Fuck the system. Took his sign as our cue to rush them. This is the CID. Resistance will not be tolerated. Holy fuck, why does this thing want to keep moving like that? We suppressed them with ease. The captors were taken into custody. Safe now, without any resistance. Hostages were worn out, but they somehow managed to answer our questions. They said there were other students in Central Campus with weapons. Captors were in the worst shape within the hostages. Some were... I'll be right back.
情緒不安定だな。薬の依存症に由来する症状に似ている。
しかし、彼らは市販のメンタルサプリ類しか服用していないと主張しています。
事実だとすれば妙だな。仮に違法ドラッグを使っているとすれば、その時点で犯罪係数は上昇する。だが、こいつらのサイコパスに問題はない。
やましいところはないってことか。
これもまた真の中心人物の差し金としたら、そいつは一体どんな魔法を使っているんだ。
Alright, I'm back. My mom was on the phone with me talking about how they'll be going soon to... They're going out of state for some stuff, so... Head down the passage? Yeah, head down the passage. Nope, still can't skip any of this, which is fine. The end of the corridor, we all stopped. We carefully looked around for any signs.
誰もいないようだな。
Seems like no one's here.
よし、
Okay,
このまま
then we'll enter
本校舎へ
Central Campus. Move.
油断するな。
Right when we entered, Genoza stopped.
空の森から連絡だ。
Konamori is calling.
国塚、
Kunizuka replied to her.
了解。
Roger. Staying hidden in the shadows, we turned to our Ritzcom communications. Everyone started talking.
立てこもり犯から押収した薬の分析
Analysis
結果
of
が
the
出
judge's
たわ。
confiscated is now complete. Good. This is all shit I've read. Girl had somehow figured out a way to elude the law by combining supplements. She was in the nurse's office on the first floor of the campus with someone else.
二人っきり誰と
She's with another
剣
person.
君たち
Who?
が探してる犯人
Maybe
かも
the
しれない
criminal
わ
that you and the others are looking for. Ryota Funanaka led the riot, but someone else provided the knowledge of Molotovs and pipe bombs. The person was not with Funioka, but with the girl.
保健室か。
Exactly how those two doing in the nurse's office.
さあでも興
Oh,
味ある
wouldn't
わ
you
よ
like to
ね
know? She's a lewd woman.
ああ、ギノザさん。首謀者の
Funaka
船岡
knows
君
it.
から
Rather than going after the ringleader,
まずその二人を抑えた方がいいんじゃねえ
Funaka, shouldn't we apprehend the other two first?
賛成だ。
I agree.
空の森。
Thanks, Konamori. If
ま
you
た
get
何
any
か
new
分かったら連絡をく
information,
れ。
contact us.
はいはいじゃあね
Okay, see ya.
我々だけで行
That
動するのは
concludes our
ここまでだ。
search mission then. Once we
一旦
regroup with
連れ戻り
Tsunomi's
たちと
team,
合流
we'll
し、
we'll
情
exchange
報共
info
有
and
後
proceed
次の
accordingly.
手を打つ。
Alright, then we get to
Okay.
fast forward. Got it.
大きな声を
Hush,
出さ
keep your
ないで
voice down.
おお
Oh. You're kind of an idiot. You talk too loud, you little bitch. Fast forwarding and going through the speed of sound. I'm gonna fast forward. Use the stun grenades to suppress them all. Use the shit that we've done in the past. Yay, it's something that we did before, so it's all good. I believe my next option too is something that I've done before too, but I can't really remember. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Ow. There's something on my neck. Ah, yes, it was Point the Dominator. It's weird that some of these options we don't get to pick. And, like, I'm pretty sure I picked those options some other times than on accident. Sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom. Yeah, we've gotten one more. We've gotten a tip, so I think there's only 3 of those left, so that's interesting.
Kogami だ。
Kogami, you have a second?
今少しいい
It's
か。
nothing important. What do you think of the recent
お前、この町での事
incident?
件をどう
Came to an end, but you really think that?
もう終わっ
No,
た。
nothing. I
So
understand. I agree. Recently,
Yeah.
the peace feels very unnatural,
今の反応で
like
十
the
分
calm
だ。
before a storm.
俺も同じ
Maybe
気
we'll
持ち
return to
だ。
that city soon. Case of
今の
specialty,
平
right?
穏はどうにも不
Doesn't
自然
matter
だ。
what you decide to do.
まるで嵐
Just
の
do
前
what
の
you won't
静けさ
regret.
というか。
There's nothing else to do. There's nothing to do but to do it. Fast forwarding. This is all the same to me. It's all the same. It's all the same. I believe I already read this one.
常森
剣か。
Scroll from Inspector Genoza. Don't take it. Reject her advice. Ah, this is the same, but it's different now. It was busy as usual at the PSP, paperwork for days, but under the civil system there were guaranteed days off, unlike the black corporations of yesteryear. Also applied to enforcers, except we couldn't leave the premise without supervision, and I had already read everything I could find on Yukari. The analysis of the cyborg was about to begin. At least that's what I was thought. And then I found out that some preparations were still needed. So to get rid of my pent-up energy, I went to the training room to fight with a sparring robot. Working out helped me drown out all the life's noises. I dodged the robot's right hook and landed a solid uppercut on its chin. Ooh, this is a nice one. I like this one. I wanted to connect more hits, but in my frustration state, my stance was poor, and the robot managed to rush me. Smashed against my ribs, putting me a bit off balance. Then it swung its legs at me, so I ducked and grabbed its other leg. After bringing it down, I mounted it, hitting it several times until it stopped moving. Training room was sure fun. After all, the PSP had sparring robots that were far beyond anything that was available in stores.
悪くないな。
Not bad.
ガミさん。
Kogami. I was slightly embarrassed that he had found me here. Kogami, Shinya Kogami, was far from ordinary, and it wasn't just his investigation skill. His agility, muscular back, and impeccable defense made him a force to be reckoned with. He always remained calm in a fight, and he was considered to be extremely lethal. Deadly. Oh man. I wondered why I had gotten embarrassed. I guess the best way to describe it was like if you were training alone, only to find out a senior varsity member had been watching.
やるか。
Let's do it. Huh?
スパーリングだ。
Sparring. Robots are just robots after all. It's best to spar with another human. Hells yeah.
相手してくれんのか。
You're going to be my opponent? The fact that he had come here purposely to fight only revealed the unshakable confidence he had in his skills.
ありがたくお受けする
Glad you
ぜ。
take up that offer.
決まりだ。
Okay, it's decided then. Kogami took off his shirt and then approached me. Fuck, dude.
ズボンも
Your pants too. Huh?
下も脱い
Take
で。
that off. What the fuck? I pointed at his belt buckle.
ベルトの金
I
具
know
とか
belt
危ない
buckles
ん
are
で
dangerous.
着替えた
You
方
should
がいい
change your
ぜ。
clothes. That was a basic rule of sparring. Any metals, protruding objects, or things that could be pulled were dangerous and could lead to serious injury.
ああ。
That's
そうだ
right.
な。
Sorry, it's been a while since I sparred with
人
another
間相手は
person.
俺も久しぶりでな。
And you were just lecturing me about saying that sparring with another human is the best way to do it. Kogami went into the changing room. When he returned, he wore training gear. Kogami's body shape was concealed when he wore his suit, but his ripped muscles were clearly visible in his gym clothes. I wasn't a toothpick, but I was clearly outgunned. Fucked. In other words.
ルールはどんな感じでい
What
く
rules should we go by?
公安局の医療体
We
制
have
っ
the
てど
PSP
うな
medical
の
drones, if anything.
進んで
But
る
what
よ
were
な
you thinking?
ああ
Let's see.
Anglo-
We only
Shikari
stop if
na
one
ra
of us is
attuimadefukki
near death. And if that happens, we'll have one of the drones heal us. He's so fucking extreme. What the shit? What the shit? Kami and I each grabbed a pair of fingerless gloves from the inventory.
じゃあ
Also, grappling and hitting joints is allowed, but hitting the back of the head, spine, and between the cheeks isn't allowed. The match ends when someone taps out. And nowhere below the belt, for God's sakes!
そんなもんだろうな
Alright, well, let's
早
do
速行
this.
くぞ
Oh shit, shit, I thought the Kogami said that. Oh well. Kogami took up his stance. Guarding his face with his hands, he moved his weight slightly toward the front of his feet. A general stance for most mixed martial artists. In the past, mixed martial artists had been all the rage, fighting others, spilling blood, and raging in all the glory. But all that was banned under the civil system, because fuck violence, right? Even in the professional wrestling, your opponent would be replaced by a robot. Find another human like this was only limited to the likes of the latent criminals enforcers. Ah, this is bullshit. I also got in my stance. It was similar to Gami's. I wasn't trying to imitate him or anything. It was just the pose I had learned from my wrestling days. Anyway, what technique did Gami use? Gami's jabs came in bursts. What power! All I could do was cover, putting both my hands up as I tried fending off his attacks. Phew. Gami's left hand rushed right after me, and he landed a jab. With the same hand, he grabbed my wrist, breaking my defense. Ah, shit. I quickly pushed off, regaining my guard, but then he grabbed me with his other hand. I tried to move backwards, but I blacked out. Another jab came flying over, but I couldn't dodge it in time. Then another. After taking a series of punches, my eyes were starting to blur. Fucking blacked out. What skills he has. No matter what I do, he keeps gripping onto my wrist.
どうしたもう坊
What?
さん一方か
Why are you back on the
レ
fence?
スリングやってたって
Aren't
聞
you
い
a
たぞ
wrestler? What's up with your tackling form? Was taunting me. Of course he knew I had been a wrestler. Because of that, he was able to read through my tackles. It was now or never. Time to get serious. I fought back, throwing a fast 1-2 punch on his left, right after, followed up with a jab to his right. But I couldn't land anything. Tried following up with a hurried left hook, and he read through it. My left fist was parried by Gami's right elbow. Before I knew it, he countered with the left knife hand strike. Just want to make sure I was reading that correctly. And it hit me right on my temple. The room felt like it was spinning. At this rate, I'll be screwed. Yeah, you're fucked regardless, man. I lunged forward. I had to take a risk. I got low, trying to grab Gami's legs and tackle him down. And I lost the wager. As expected from Gami, he was waiting for me to bull rush him. He knew what he was doing. Shit. Kami slapped my arms off and struck me from above. Next thing I knew, I was lifted from my shoulders and thrown onto the ground. Nick. Kami wrapped his legs around my body, executing an armbar, the cross arm lock to be exact. My right wrist was fully exposed.
このままおろうか
Should I break this?
Up,
You
shiro.
should tap out. Kami laughed lightheartedly. Not only was he incredibly strong, perhaps he was also a bit evil. Yeah, no, Gami's a piece of shit, but he's awesome. I was pinned from my shoulders all the way down to my wrist. I had to focus on my breathing in order to withstand the pain. My whole body felt like it was doused in sweat. But I still didn't want to tap out. That would mean surrendering. Break it. I'll heal in no time. Quick, break the bone. The fuck, dude? Even though I said so, I was scared. Super scared. I didn't like the idea of it at all, but I wanted to break it. You'd have already done so by now. Just said that to test me. That's messed up. And then he breaks it. Fuck! And then he broke my arm. Motherfucker! Finally released his grip. He told me to break it. I would have done it. Told me not to break it. I would have done it. What the hell? As expected of a latent criminal. Well, who was I to call him that? Kogami was an enigma. Oh, it's full of surprises. We headed off to the showers, and when I got in, all the sweat from the sparring ran off my body with the hot water. Is this how it always feels to train for you? I told you, I haven't practiced with another human for so long time. And usually I handle with Kagari or Pops. What about Inspector Genoza? Well, he knows that if he and I sparred, we'd both make a big deal out of it, so he never goes to the gym. That's kind of hilarious. Anyway, you sure use strange techniques. I used to wrestle too. Huh? When I was in school, I took kickboxing too. But just now, there wasn't a kickboxing technique that utilized grappling and joint manipulation that I knew of. That I knew. And furthermore, what about his relentless hand movements? Slinked. Another attacks I learned from real fights. Silent. Salient? It's the name of the fighting style. Pencase Silent. It's traditional martial arts from overseas. And Gami's tone suddenly changed. It's like he was thinking back on his past. Maybe suppressing his anger. Back in the day, there was this guy called Sayama. Ah, yes! I was to talk about him in the past tense. Freaking that name, man! But then I was pretty close to him. Military style moves and street fighting. You're like me. Someone left you. You can never forget. I was startled by the thought, my beloved Yukari. Could never forget her. Never. You keep lying to yourself or be honest. That's all that matters when it's all said and done. Gami. It'd be nice. You got to meet that important person in your life. After showering, I chugged the whole bottle of water while drying myself off. When I glanced at Kogami, he was doing the same. I freaking love Kogami. He's so awesome. But I felt like I was peeking at the burden he had been carrying. He was radiant with rage oozing out of him like magma, and his cold eyes held some sort of dark conviction. Shinya Kogami. Well, was he a fearsome person? Or a kind one? I wasn't sure. Whether we deal with drones or cyborgs, our strongest weapon is our body. In time, we'll become so strong that they won't pose a threat. Well, let's spar again soon. Okay. The more I reflect on my sparring sessions, the more I'm able to move my body without thinking what to do next. If you feel it, then it's the right move. Just go with the flow, as they say. Escaflones. Your movements are a little stiff. Visualize more. Visualize? Is that the virtual training program? No, like literally look around. It helps you develop a set of moves that make it difficult for your opponents to decipher. You can use anything for references, even movies. Movies? Sasayama taught me many useful things. The smell of tobacco, the captivating nightlife, the lost martial arts. But the most important thing I learned were movies.
俺も映画は
Watch
見るよ
movies too, like
ホログラムのや
Hollows
つ
and stuff. No, literally, you
そう
got
じゃないよ
not that.
平面のモ
Anything
ニタ
on
ー
a
やスク
flat
リーン
screen
に
or
映し出
monitor
す
will
やつがいい
do.
んだ
No, literally, you have to watch movies. Bruce Lee, man. You mean analog?
なんだと
What? I mean old
古
movies,
い映画
like
はいいぜ
horror or kung fu.
スプラッタにカン
Regulations
フ
on
ー
movies are pretty
規
laid
制も
back.
ゆるゆるだ
Yeah, like fuck it.
それ
So you're saying they're
本当
helpful?
に役に立つのか
お前だって
You
か
talk
なり
to
と古い
Kagari
漫画の
about
話
old
よくしてる
manga,
だろ
right? When you read
それと
manga, you
同じさ
imagine yourself in the story
想
as
像
it
力の
unfolds.
元になる
The ability is
想像力は
visualizing
デカの武器になる
to visualize as a detective's key weapon.
そんなもんか
I
ね
think I get what you're saying.
じゃ
Okay, I'll watch some old movies then. Horror and kung
ス
fu,
プラッ
right?
タにカンフ
Yeah, sure, whatever.
あんまり無理は
Well,
しなくていい
just
ぜ
don't overdo it. In any case, it seemed like we had a bonding moment. I felt a lot better and more energized. Let's spar right now. Wait,
ど
what?
こかにいるんだ
Where
ろ
are
う
you, Yukari?
ゆかり
What Gami had said was true. I wasn't going to keep lying to myself. Ah, there we go. That was a good one, I think. Alright, guys, that is going to do it for this part of Let's Play Psychopaths Mandatory Happiness. In the next part, guys, we will actually, this actually is, like, this wrapped up the second playthrough of Takuma. So now we'll get to do the first playthrough. So, yay! We get to go through that whole entire chapter 1 and 2 again. But it's going to be a little bit different this time. So, that's fine. But, yeah. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, please give that like button a click. Comment down below what you like about the video, what you didn't like about the video. And let me know, how do you feel about Kogami saying Sasayama? That is a name that's very important in the series to him. It's very big. So, yeah. And as always, guys, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. Excuse me. And subscribe to my main channel, too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both my main Twitter, the RBG Kingdom Kid Twitter, are in there, too. I want to thank you all so much for watching once again. I'll see you all next time.